Fridays here for happy hour. I hope that you have had a wonderful week, and I'm glad you are here to wind down with me. Today, here's what we are talking about. Let me get my notes together, okay? Um, delete, delete. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking, okay? The next time you think to yourself, if I stop, everything is going to fall apart. I need you to recognize something. Okay. This is really important. It's one of those reminders that we think it's a reminder telling us something, telling us one thing, and it's telling us something completely different. I need you to recognize that when you think to yourself, if I stop, everything is going to fall apart. It's not that you're behind. It's not that you're running out of time, okay? It's that you have an unhealthy mindset about rest. You're not behind. You're not running out of time. And everything is not going to fall apart because you stopped, okay? Those are all unhealthy mindsets around rest. And that mindset is what's keeping you in rest debt. It's what's keeping you bogged down in hustle culture, in capitalism, and feeling like there's no space for you to ever take a break. Okay. So tonight on Freedom Fridays Happy Hour, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about my experience, but not just that. I want to hear what your experience has been and I want to know from you if when I say that, does that light a light bulb? Because that's something you didn't recognize. I know it took me some time to recognize. Um, and I still have to remind myself because sometimes I know I know deep down inside of me that rest is important and I need to make space for it, but I have to change my behaviors to allow myself to live it, not just believe that it's important. I want to live that value, not just think about it, right? So, yes, that's what I want to talk about today. And I hope you're down for the cause because it's going to be a good conversation. Um, so, if you're new here, welcome. I am Rashidat. I am a lifestyle coach and a rest mindset mentor. And we come together every Friday for us to wind down for the weekend, have some good conversation, drink a drink. If you like it to be an alcoholic drink, then be free. You are absolutely welcome. And if you're like me, you might just have some coconut water and mango juice. But yeah, it's going to be a good conversation. Let me go ahead and get our intro started, and then we will get started with celebrating our wins from the week in a little less than 2 minutes, okay? Sounds good. Yes, welcome. Last week, I think it was Megan. Megan told me that the music overpowers my voice. So I was like, you know what? This week, I'm not going to try to talk over it. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till it's done. I'm going to use that time as grounding like it's supposed to be. And it felt very good to do that today. I didn't feel like I had to rush through it. So yes. Hey Megan, happy Friday. I'm so glad you made it today. Thanks for that call out from last week. It was really good. Did you see? I'm already taking it in and learning. So I love it. Okay. So I already told you a little bit about our topic, but I love to start with us celebrating our wins from the week because there's a good chance, I'm pretty sure you didn't take some time and celebrate yourself this week. It's just one of these things that we as ambitious women do, but we're going to pause for a little second. So take a second. Think about three things that you want to celebrate from this week. You might want to celebrate that the week is over, that the kids are at their dad's house, that someone left your job. You might want to celebrate that you finished something big, or that you finished something small, or that you took a nap. No matter what you're celebrating, I want you to try and take some time and find something to celebrate, and share it in the chat. I would love to celebrate it with you. There's so many amazing things that you are already doing, and it is so important that we make a practice of celebrating you along the journey, not trying to wait until it's over. So, yes, share in the chat, and while you're getting that written in there, I'm going to go ahead and share three of my wins from this week. So I do have a couple wins. I always do because I love to pull out some wins. And the other way to think about it, if you're having a hard time thinking about what your win could be, I want you to think about what is something you're grateful for. That's another thing. Like this is a part of your gratefulness practice. All right. My first win. I we had two people from my job leave this their last day. One's last day was today and the other one's last day is tomorrow. Here's the thing, that doesn't make us understaffed, because if you've been following along with me, you know that we were understaffed. But the two people that were leaving, one was just coming back from maternity leave, so she wasn't really planning on staying. And then the other one doesn't affect our team. And I don't mean this to sound mean, but I'm glad. I wish them the best and I hope they find amazing positions. Um, but I think the smaller team is just going to feel better and more manageable. And so I'm celebrating that they found what was good for them. And our team is continuing to evolve and evolve in a good way. So that's my first one. Okay. My second win for the week. Let me see. This week I've been working on the activities deck, and even though I've made some really good progress, there are some things that I had to re-strategize about. And so um I was hoping for this to be doop doop doop, like done done done, and that's not how it is, and that's okay. So I'm celebrating that I have revised the strategy for how I'm going to do this. And I feel good about it. And I'm grateful that I've been making time to work on it, and um, been having a little bit of space in our schedule at work. We've had some people come in, but it's not been crazy busy. So that's given me some space to like daydream about this while I'm at work too. So a little bit of double duty. I'm not sad about it. So I'm celebrating that. I'm celebrating the progress on the activities deck. Um, I don't have a tentative launch date right now. I hopefully the conversations that I have to have tonight and tomorrow will give me some information that by next week I'll have some answers to be able to share. So I'm celebrating it anyway, even though I don't have definitive answers. It's still the progress. The time that I got to put towards it today was really amazing. And I hope that that encourages you that even if you're in the midst of something, even if it's not finished, you can still celebrate the progress because the progress is just as important, if not more important, than actually getting to the end because you never get to the end without the progress. So if you don't celebrate and continue the progress, and it's so much better to continue the progress in like good spirits, right? If you don't bring that high vibe energy to it, you can still get through it, but it's more like you're white knuckling it rather than throwing your hands up in the air and saying we. And I want us to throw our hands up in the air and say, we, okay? So I hope that you're celebrating your progress in the midst of it. Okay. So that's two of my wins from this week. Let me see. What's my third win from the week? It is starting to get warm, like like feeling like good spring, good summer. And y'all, I'm getting excited. I am so grateful that the winters in Georgia are not very long. It is perfect. It is literally, yeah, it's been really, really good. Um, and so this past Monday, yeah, I was off Monday and Tuesday, and Monday was the day. I went down to the Beltline and we walked around for like 3.5, 4 hours. We just strolled. It wasn't anything big, but by the time we left, we had done like 11,000 steps. And then we had Desta for dinner. Desta is my favorite, my absolute favorite Ethiopian restaurant. So I had a really, really, really good dinner that day. And honestly, I'm still eating off of it. I've been eating off of it every day this week. So yeah, I'm celebrating being outside in the weather and enjoying the spring and being grateful that it is here. It reminds me that yeah, I'm a spring girly. I was born in spring and it's like when my hair gets the good vibes, it'll just in the spring, that summer humidity just makes it come alive. So yeah, there's all of that. So that is my three wins from this week. I would love to hear what your wins are from the week. Um, yeah, I'm in it interested. This is a side note. So, y'all know I've talked about the sleep and the perimenopause and the patch and the hormones and all the things. But so even though I had that amazing meal from Desta, I don't eat meat like I used to. And that um meal is like a meat heavy meal, and I've been eating meat like all week. Okay, so last night I passed out at 10 o'clock. It was awesome. I was like, yes, this is great. I fell right asleep, and then I woke up at 1 a.m. like a flower that just had fresh water. It was like choom choom choom. It was like blooming. That's how I woke up at 1 a.m. this morning. So I have now been up since 1 a.m. this morning, and it's almost 8 o'clock. So 12 hours, um, seven. I've been up 18 hours. Yes, I've been up 18 hours. Now the funny thing about that is even though I've been up all this time, and I did have some matcha this morning because I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through the day if I don't get a little bit of caffeine in me, but I'm so tired, it's not going to be enough. It's going to be enough to get me through the day, but it's not going to be enough to keep me up. I have to pay attention to that because I'm so sensitive to caffeine. But yeah, I'm actually feeling like really grounded. Like this is the first time in a couple weeks where I don't feel like I'm stumbling over my words. I don't feel like, yeah, I just feel really grounded in this moment. Which, listen, I don't know what is making that happen. Maybe it's the hormone patch. Maybe it's the progesterone pills. Maybe it's that I didn't sleep. Maybe it's the matcha that I had. I had what, a 4 ounce thing. Listen, girl, I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling good right now, and I'm gonna roll with it. Okay, I'm gonna roll with it. Let me see what Megan said. Megan said, "Yay, awesome wins! Thank you, Megan. Thanks for celebrating with me." Megan said, "I'm hoping you will continue to experience a positive environment." Yes, thank you. Me too. And you know what else? I just keep choosing on, for me, what makes it a positive environment. They actually sent out a survey today, and it was about our work experience and um, like how we feel in the position right now. And I didn't rate it very highly. And yet, I have been really being intentional about how I make my work and experience positive for me, um, regardless of the other things that are going on. And let me tell you, I've had some challenging times. Like we just got a new coworker that um, he's a coworker. He's not my boss. Um, but he has this tone of like um, talking to me like I'm his assistant, and that's not okay. Like, we're not his assistants or anybody's assistant. We are all coworkers on the same level, and we just do different activities and different roles. Um, and the old me would have head on been like, yo, I'm gonna need you to get it together. And I don't think there was anything wrong with that. And yet, I also recognize that approaching it that way would raise my blood pressure more than it would actually affect him. It would have just put him on the defense, um, and heightened my experience and my blood pressure. And I was like, he not worth it. So what am I gonna do instead? And so what I did was I just removed myself from the situation. Um, I didn't tell anybody. I just quietly started doing what I needed to do over on the other side. And if he came over, I dealt with that when it came. But I also know he's still in training, so it's not that we can't address it. It will be addressed in due time. But I chose this different approach that allows me to protect my heart without feeling like I have to fight for my heart. Have you ever noticed that? A lot of the ways that we as strong Black women show up is always in this like fighting stance. And we feel that we have to like literally fight to protect ourselves. But I'm learning a lot of times our protection doesn't have to come from two fists or even that stance or that posture of having two fists. Sometimes we just gotta not let, but sometimes we need to just not respond. Just act like you play dumb, act like you didn't hear, and go do what you gotta do. Um, and that has actually been, it's helped my attitude. It's helped me, honestly, too, it's helped me detach from feeling like I have to show up in this big way at work. I think I told y'all, I decided, listen, I don't need to be ambitious there. I'm saving my ambition for this business, for this job, for this exit plan. Okay. Um, I don't need to be ambitious for them. And so I'm choosing that. I'm choosing to set myself up to like be ambitious for me and not let them pull anything away from it. All right. I got on a whole rant. So there you go. Okay. Megan said, wins. I got my taxes done last week and I'll have a bit over the goal set for my savings. Or I can pay off one of the half credit cards, 154. Listen, that was a whole bunch of wins. Let me pause. Let me pause. Let me go back and read through that. I got my taxes done last week. Yes, that's amazing. Congratulations. It is so nice to get that off the docket, right? Yes. Okay, so that's one. And then I'll have a bit over my goal for my savings. That's amazing. So you'll have your emergency fund. I love it. Congratulations. That's super, super, super exciting. An amazing win, Megan. I love it. And then um Megan also said, I can pay off 1.5 credit cards. Yes. Yes. Less debt to have to worry about, more to be able to do your snowball and be completely out. I cannot wait when you are completely out. Like, I'm going to have to send you a bottle of champagne because I know how hard you've been working, girl. Like, ah, yes, yes, yes. So excited for you. And then 154 days meditating. 154 days meditating. Girl, excuse me, this ain't even just a thing anymore. This is a lifestyle. Come on. I love it. I love it so much. So excited for you. Yay. Amazing wins. Absolutely amazing wins, Megan. I love it. Megan said, I hate when my coworkers try to act like my boss. He needs to get a life, right? I hate that too. And you know what, too? I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take my good old time because yeah, that's not what we're doing. But you know what? I did notice he's getting the picture. He's not asking. He'll ask me for things when he needs to, or when he feels like that's his only option, and I'm okay with that. It's funny. There's another girl. There's two people, him and one other that do his position, and then there's four of us, but one is leaving. So it'll be three of us that do my position. And so I asked the other girl that does the same position as him. I just asked her like, how are we going to decide how are partners set up? Because we usually do have a partner, and then there's someone that's a floater, and I know I want to do the floater. And so she started talking about how the thing that like really annoyed me that he's been doing. She's like, he's not allowed to do that. Like and I didn't say this. Like she brought it up on his own. He's not allowed to do that. He needs to do his own quotes. I was like, I agree. And I know that he should. I feel like we should discuss that in the team meeting because we have a team meeting coming. Um, and I think that will create some good boundaries. And she was very open to that. Um, and I mentioned to her like a couple other circumstances because she and I have been working together longer than him now, and she and I have built a friendship. And she was like, "Yeah, you might want to just decide that you're going to be the floater. Like nobody really decides it. You just kind of tell everybody you're going to be the floater, and that's how how things work." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So yes, I get it. I get it, Megan. Like when people overstep and you have to clear the boundary, um, it's you're like, listen, it's hard because you're like, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, and yet we do. And it's more about being okay with having to say it and saying it multiple times because it's for your protection and not even getting upset about it, but just clearly being like, no, that's not what I do. And that's the part that I'm getting back to where it's like, I don't want to come into, I don't need to come, I don't need to set my boundaries with two fits up. I could just say what my boundaries are and move on. Like it's a different posture in the way that we establish setting our boundaries. And so that's evidently something that's on my heart today. Jesus, I receive it. I didn't even know. So that was Jesus because I don't know where that come from, but here it is. Happy Friday. Hey, Kina. So good to see you, sis. Oh, gosh. I just gave an update about the activities deck. Did you miss that or do I need to go back and say it again? Kina said, when I finally arranged my garden to look cute. I love it. If you want to send pictures, you know I always want to see them, girl. Yay for your garden. Now, wait, that was on your balcony or because I feel like you told us, or maybe it was Marissa. Forgive me if I'm mixing it up. But I feel like you told us about growing peppers. What you growing, girl? Tell me what's in your garden. And then before I made my garden look cute before it was all over the place. I love it. I love it. Your garden said, "Listen, boo, it's warm out. We about to get it on and popping." And I'm like, I'm not even mad at you, boo. Go ahead, garden, grow, flourish, flourish. I love it. I love it so much. Amazing wins, ladies. Yes, Megan said, "Congrats on getting your garden together." Oh, that's got to be one of those very not just refreshing, but I feel like a really good accomplishment. I love it. That's good. Yes, congratulations. Okay, look at us. We shared some wins for the week. Um, Kina, what I said about the activities deck is that I've been working on it diligently, trying to make some progress. And some of the things that I've been trying to make happen have some precepts that I just didn't know needed to be precepts. I thought it was going to be a little more simpler than it has been. And yet, I had some really good conversations over the last couple days that have helped me re-strategize. And so the progress has not halted. It's just not looking the way that I thought it would. Um, but the activities deck is still in the works. It's still coming. Um, I'm glad that I've been calling that the activities deck because I'm playing with the name. Um, and I am actually going to be getting feedback on the name, like which vibe. It's two completely different vibes, but I love them both. And my close people that I've asked have gone in different ways about it. So yeah, I'm working on setting it up so that I could get some feedback about it. But yeah, very, very excited. Very excited. Um, Kina said on the balcony. I thought it was on the balcony. And then yes, you are growing peppers. Look at me. I actually remembered something. I think that patch is working. Yay. Serrano girl, you got all the hot peppers. You got urbanos? No, habaneros. Lord. I was like, why can I not say this word right now? Habaneros, serranos, and jalapenos. Yes. You got all the hot peppers, girl. I can't eat. Mm-mm. I can only, you know what I like though? I like pickled jalapenos are my favorite, but I also like peppercorns. Ooh, peppercorns on a veggie sandwich are absolutely amazing, y'all. With some hummus, bomb diggity. Girl, you got a spicy touch over there. I can't handle it. I can't keep up with you, Keena. I can't keep up with you. Yes. Okay. So, today's topic. And I want to make sure sometimes I get so busy yip yapping. I don't want to get the title of today wrong. But you know what else? It's been good, but I'm learning how to adjust it. Um, I've been getting the podcast set up for Friday earlier in the week. And so because I get it done so early, then on Friday it's not as fresh because I did it earlier and I gotta refresh myself. And I'm like, oh wait, what am I talking about again? Oh yeah. So I'm like excited, yay, pat myself on the back for oh, I gotta give out stickers. Pat myself on the back because I got it set up earlier, but then I gotta remember exactly what we're talking about. So okay, before I get into that, let's give out some stickers. So, if you have taken some time this week to prioritize rest and fun for you, if you have prioritized time to fill your cup, when you know your ambition, your role that you play in your family, in your job, um, you know that you tend to gravitate to putting those things first, and instead, at least for like for any time this week, it's not even about how much time, but for any time this week, you prioritized you. When someone called you too late in the evening, you said, "Hey, I love you, and I know you really want my time, but I need to go to bed on time today, so I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short." Or maybe you just took 5 minutes away from your coworkers and, scrolled on your phone so that you can have a break. Or maybe you went in the bathroom and just took 5 breaths. It doesn't matter what you did. The point is that you took some time where everything was coming at you and you said, I'm going to take a minute for myself. That is what this sticker is all about. If you have taken any time this week to prioritize you, I want to give you a sticker. In the way that you claim it, all you got to do is go in the chat and put hashtag STICKA. I'm getting ready to put it on the screen. That's why I'm looking over here. So, yeah, hashtag STICKA. Because you took some time to prioritize you. And gosh, this leads so well into our topic for today. Um, I want you to be proud of yourself, and I want you to know we're proud of you too. So we want to celebrate you. So if you're claiming a sticker, just go ahead and put hashtag STICK in the chat. And then I am going to go ahead and add it in our sticker spreadsheet here, which is so much fun. So let me go ahead and get that up on the screen. Okay, there we go. We giving out any stickers today? Oh, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Yes, Megan said, I'm claiming my sticker. I love it, Megan. Let me get it on the spreadsheet right now. Okay. We got a kite. I love it. And we got it in there. Okay. If you are catching on the replay, listen, you can still share your wins in the comments, and you can also still claim your sticker. Just go into the comments, leave your, tell me about your wins. I will come back and celebrate them with you. And you can also claim your sticker. I'll come back and add it to the spreadsheet, okay? Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead. Oop, I hate when it does that. It's supposed to be like this, but that's okay. I got the 2 stickers in there. We'll stop sharing. Okay, so then for today's topic, I was starting to ramble about what today's topic is because I've been getting this done ahead of time and it's so good, and yet I'm getting used to a new rhythm. But today's topic is the best time to rest is when you don't have time to rest. And that connects so deeply to what we just talked about for the stickers, okay? Um, it is so easy as ambitious women, as get it done women, as um, highly functional, as the strong one, as the strong Black woman, as the reliable one. It's so easy to um, get so bogged down by the to-do list that it like wraps around you and mummifies you and keeps you from taking any time for yourself. Like all you could think about is the next thing that has to be done. And when you finish something, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. If you haven't seen my reels about that, I've been talking about how on to the next one is literally killing us. It is killing us. We really have to prioritize making time for ourselves. And the best time to do that is when you feel like you don't have time to do that. Because here's the thing about that, it's not that you have too many things on your list to keep you from resting. That's not what the problem is. I know it seems like that's what the outside problem is, but that's actually the symptom to the deeper problem. The deeper problem is that when we feel like we don't have enough time to rest, um, is that we are justifying in our mind why it's okay to keep pushing ourselves to the brink of burnout beyond our capacity, or and when I say beyond our capacity, I'm like emptying out the cup and then scraping the bottom and pretty much putting a hole in the cup, tearing the cup apart, trying to give ourselves away to someone else, um, rather than giving from our overflow, all because we have this mindset that believes, that has been justifying that I don't have time to rest. And so I'm guilty of it. I am so guilty of it. I actually was talking to my friend. Oh, I told you guys that I was having a date on Monday. Um, I'm learning. I'll come back to that later. But yeah, um, but to use Monday as an example, I had a lot of stuff planned because I needed to do my hair, I needed to do laundry. We were going to be out the whole day. And I still had work I wanted to do, but I also just needed time to just take a nap, to just veg out, to watch a little bit of TV. Um, but all of the other things that needed to get done, like the work, I could have really justified, hey, like if I think I'm going to go play, if I think I'm going to go hang out, then I need to make sure I push myself to get this stuff done first. And I had to tell myself, and it's easier for me now. It didn't used to be easy for me, but now I have to say, no, there's no part of me that has to get something on this list done before anything. Actually, I need to rest before I do anything so that when it's time for me to do the thing, I am fully present and my mind is in good working space, that I can actually show up and do it well, and do it well the first time rather than having to do it again. This is the other reason why the best time to rest is when you feel like you don't have time to rest. Because otherwise, you just keep pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion, or to exhaustion, or beyond exhaustion. Okay. And it takes you 3, 4, 10 times longer to refill your cup afterwards because we weren't considerate with ourselves, not even with everybody else's boundary. It's usually ourselves as the ambitious woman that is pushing ourselves to go further and further and further. How do I know that? I know it from experience. So, and I'm sure you relate to it too. Like, ambition is beautiful. It's so beautiful to want to be fully present and show up and give something our all. And not at the sacrifice of who we are. Here's another caveat. Here's another part of this. So I just listened to Think Like a Monk from Jay Shetty. Sorry, I couldn't think of his name at the second. Um, and here's what I found interesting about his book. The whole premise of his book is that your life is fulfilling when you serve others. And every bit of me cringed. There were point parts of the book that had good points, okay? But overall, I cringed at the book because I felt like it was a very patriarchal perspective. Men are more selfish, not because they were born that way, but because culture has bred men to be more selfish than we are. And so when I heard him and he's saying that service is the path to purpose, I'm thinking to myself, yes, because a man is selfish enough that that's not his first inclination. But on the flip side, women are bred to give, to overgive on a regular basis. And if she's listening to his book, she's thinking to herself that she can't be tired because she has to give more, that there's more that she needs to do, that if she's not feeling good, if she's not feeling like purposeful in her servitude, then she needs to serve harder. And everything about that made me want to curse and cringe at how those concepts were absolutely not appropriate for my community. If you are an ambitious woman, please don't take that advice. Please don't take the advice that your purpose on this earth is to serve. That is slavery. I don't care what nobody says, okay? Hear me. Please hear me. There is something beautiful to giving to other people. But if it's ever at the place where you feel like there's not enough time to give to you first and foremost, then you are giving from an empty cup. And that is over and over and over and over what I'm going to continue to talk about from all the different perspectives is that we can't give from an empty cup. The the thumbnail for this is a little battery that's on E and then an arrow that says to energy overflow. I want to see us get to energy overflow. And last week, if it wasn't last week, it was the week before last week. I talked about how to schedule rest and fun. And that's just as a gateway. That's starting a habit to help us develop it into a new lifestyle, but it's not the end goal. Like scheduling rest and fun until it becomes a lifestyle where we actually prioritize it first. So yeah, if you're the person who loves Jaiyé, don't be mad at me, okay? But hear the perspective, hear the patriarchy, um, and the guidance that it's giving you, and challenge it a little bit. Challenge it, because it's definitely not what I would tell any of my clients here to focus on. So yeah, I hope that was worth my rant. um, Again, these are some things that I have learned the hard way, and I hope that it gives you a different perspective and also permission and normalizing that even with famous books, with monks and people that we think we should like truly listen to, including me, take it with a grain of salt. Hear what the context is around it, hear the heart behind it and how it's going to help you, and and take what you need and leave the rest. I'm not mad about it, okay? Because at the end of the day, my heart is to see 5,000 Black women build a life that they fully enjoy, where they can, you know, elevate and be ambitious and go after things that they want, but it doesn't have to become their identity. It doesn't have to overwhelm them. It doesn't have to keep us from fully enjoying our life. I don't want our ambition or capitalism or hustle culture to ever keep us from fully enjoying our life. And I hope this conversation today helped you do that. So, that being said, yes, now let's move on to winding down for the weekend. So, next week I have Tuesday and Wednesday off. Yes, because I work on Monday next week. So if you are like me and you're like, tomorrow is not my day off, don't worry. You can still do this, watch this video on the day before your day off, and then you can wind down for the weekend. Or you can wind down with us, even though you're going to work tomorrow, like me, and then wind down again the day before so that you're ready for the weekend. But we do this so that when it's time to actually shift our energy into rest and fun for the weekend where we allow ourselves, we have done some steps that help us to detach and emotionally declutter um, any of the dust that has come from the week. Um, that keeps us, any of the hustle culture dust that's like on us. We're like, no, dust that off so we can get back to being our free selves. Okay. All right. Um, Megan said, I wonder how some of these people get such large platforms because a lot of them seem to just be spitting a bunch of bull. That's a great question. You know what? I don't think, I think that there's probably somebody out there that listens to my content and thinks that I'm spitting a bunch of bull too. So here's what I'm going to say to that. There are there's a perspective for everyone. And I just don't think his perspective is for us. Um, and unfortunately, I think there are still probably a lot of women that are still reading that and taking that in. And I just want to clarify that I don't think that's the right perspective for us. So I'm not even saying it to bash him. I'm just saying that I don't think that we as women are his audience. And I think a big part of it, he wasn't speaking to us. It was very interesting. Whenever he talked about serving, he always used things that women did or women do as examples of great service. He rarely pointed out men that were good servers, like on a regular day basis. I mean, that's very telling. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to bash him. And I don't, there were some things that if I was at a different part of my journey, I probably would be, and I still thought were good, but I would say the vast majority of it, it was okay. And it was not for us. And he sounds like a robot when he reads. I'm actually listening to a fiction book and it sounds so much better. Um, yes, I know nonfiction books, it's usually the author who reads it, but man, they're terrible at it. They're a lot of them are not good at it. But yeah, but I can still appreciate that. You're like, why are these people out here spitting bull? You know what? I mean, it's the same as the news, right? How do we how does our news say some of the things that it does? That's a whole nother political conversation for another day. So we're gonna leave that right there and we're gonna move on to winding down for the weekend, okay? Okay, so the first thing that we do to wind down for the weekend is we look at or we open up our phone, our tablet, and our laptop. Now, I don't think I told y'all this, but I traded in my iPad, my tablet, so I don't have a tablet to check anymore. Now it's just my phone and my laptop. But yeah, you're checking it to see how many windows do you have open and how many windows can you close, because this is an activity of emotional decluttering, of making space, getting out the dust, getting out the junk that you don't need to have constantly taking up space in the back of your mind. Like, clean it away, bookmark it, get it out of there, close it down, and when you need it again, you could open again. So take a second and see how many windows you want to close. And if you want, share how many you're closing in the chat. Listen, I'm about to go ham on closing some of these things today. Um, it's a freeing activity. And if you're not ready to do that, please don't judge yourself. Don't feel any type of way. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks as you join us, maybe you'll start to want to give yourself permission to close those windows down, um, bookmark them for later, put all the links in a folder, and that when you're ready for them, you come back to them. But you don't need to have them just running in the background. Okay, it's just like when you open a bunch of apps on your phone and you got all of those apps open, and then you go back and close them, we're doing the same thing with our windows. Why? Because it makes our phone run better. It makes our computer run better. It makes our mind run better when we clear out the other things that are working in the background and we don't need them to be. Okay? All right. Let me see. I am closing one, two, three. Um, this has, ooh, that has a whole bunch of windows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Closing 13 windows right there. Oops, let me move this thing. I moved it and then the other thing moved. Okay, close 13 windows there. Um, we'll close this. That's 14, 15, 16 windows. Closing this. That's 17 windows. I told you I'm on a rampage today. Close it all. Close it all. Um, I am gonna keep that open. So there's a couple I kept open. This I can open up when I'm ready. So we're gonna close that. That's 18. Let me see what else I got to close. What else I got to close? Um, you know what? That's 19, 20. Okay, I closed 20 tabs today. I'm feeling good about that. And you know what? I've been getting through my emails too. I have been stuck at like 500 emails forever. I'm finally down to like 42. I'm not completely done yet, but I done cleaned a few out. So that's another thing you can clean out, some of the emails. Okay. All right. I love it. Let me see. Keena said, deleted a lot of emails. Get it, Keena. And 10 tabs, deleted some old contacts. Listen, you're like, I'm not talking to these suckers no more. Kick rocks with flip flops on. I'm not mad, Keena. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Yay for 10 tabs, old contacts, and a lot of emails. Come on, Keena. Get it, boo. And then Megan said, I closed 4 tabs. I decided to order takeout from my fun meal earlier, but it was kind of disappointing. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I hadn't had food from this place in months, but the last wasn't great either. Oh, that means we need a new place. I'm sorry, that sucks. I guess that's my sign to leave them alone, save money, and stick to my meal kits. Hey, I know that's right. I get signs like that too. And I'm like, okay. Today, because I'm so tired, because I've been up, listen, I had Fritos, I had um, a couple handfuls of peanut butter pretzels, I had a breakfast sandwich this morning, I had Desta for lunch. Listen, and I'm probably gonna get a snack on the way home because my body is like, give me energy. But I'm asleep. I'm asleep tonight. I'm asleep good. So yes, I completely understand. It's a good reminder to get back on track. Okay. So we started with closing some tabs. We got some tabs closed. We're making space, decluttering, and making space for the things that we do want. Okay. Step number 2 is to choose your fun meal for the weekend for your time off. So um, I feel like I knew what my fun meal was and I just forgot it. I know what my fun activity is. What was my fun meal? Tomorrow at work. Maybe I didn't have the fun meal yet, but I knew I had the fun activity. That's what it is. Um, so what is my fun meal gonna be? That's a really good question. Listen, I think I might have ate my fun meal already today too. But you know what? We're supposed to be going to the movies on Tuesday. So maybe I'll have my fun meal that day. Maybe I'll plan our next date to show him how it's done. The last date wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. I was a little annoyed. You know how when you start getting into the second and third dates, you like, or the third and fourth dates. It wasn't even the second date; it was third and fourth dates. And I'm like, oh, okay, you weren't as good at this as I thought you were, but that's okay. So yes. Um, Hey, Candace the Virgo. Good to see you, sis. We're happy you could join today. We were starting to wind down for the weekend. I hope you had a great week. Happy Friday. So we were choosing our fun meal and fun activity for the weekend. And I was saying I'm not sure what my fun meal is gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm usually better at it, but listen, right now, my body been eating all kind of junk today. So my body is like, girl, you don't need no extra fun meal. You need to go walk on that treadmill is what you need to do. And I'm like, you right. So I'm gonna adjust that. But my fun activity is listen, y'all, I wanna see you, me, and Tuscany. Um with it's Haley. That's Haley, right? I think it's Haley Bailey. Um from the twins, Haley and Chloe. I'm so excited because this is the first love story with a black female lead and a black male lead that's not presenting us as the strong black woman. Like, it's showing so much of what the ups and downs of life, of trying to build your dreams and fall in love and do all these amazing things of what it looks like. I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen the previews. I've been trying to stay away from the spoilers, but can you tell I'm excited about this movie? Like, I might have to make that movie the topic for next Friday. um I already have the topic for next Friday figured out, but I might have to adjust it because I think I'm going to enjoy this. I think I'm going to want to have put some commentary on it. So I know that's going to be my fun activity, regardless of whether he comes or not. But I think he's going to want to come. So yeah, that's my fun activity for the week. Let me know what your fun activity for your rest days are going to be, as well. So yes, close out some tabs, some emails. That's step number one. Do some emotional decluttering. Step number two, pick your fun meal for the week or for your days off, for your time off. And then pick your fun activity for the week. That's our wind down for the week. And if you want to share it in the chat. We love to hear what all the fun things are going on. Like I said, I want to go see you, me, and Tuscany, but I'm pretty sure that's Chloe, but it could be Haley. I always get it backwards. Um, Candace said, I have been craving sweet potato pie. Girl, I haven't had any sweet potato pie in a while. My mom was a sweet potato pie queen. Girl, I might be with you on that. That's my mission this weekend. Yes. What city are you in? I'm like, maybe I know somebody that can get you a pie. Keena said, hey, Candace. Keena also said, chilling and catching up on old movies that I hadn't watched before, like The Notebook. You know what? I've never seen The Notebook either. I've never seen The Notebook either. I'm going to be honest though, I don't know that I want to see The Notebook, but I'm clearly in the romantic comedy vibes right now. Um, but I heard that is like the drama. Uh, and that's a long movie too. So I don't know. Well, I have to work this weekend, so I definitely won't see it this weekend. But that sounds like fun, Keena. That sounds like a lot of fun. And you said, I think fish tacos and a lot of guacamole. Come on. That sounds good. That sounds really good, actually. Ooh. I'm like some nachos with a lot of guacamole would be good too. I like guacamole with cumin in it. Listen, when we start talking about food, we just start going on and on and on. Listen, I love some good food. Okay, so we did our wind down for the weekend. We started off by celebrating our wins. We gave out some stickers. So if you're claiming a sticker, you still have time. Just head to the chat or to the comment section and put hashtag sticker, and I will add it into the spreadsheet. We talked about our topic. We wind down. We did all the things, y'all. Listen, it's been a really good week. Um, as always, if today's topic was helpful, if it helped you see some of the ways that hustle culture has brainwashed you, brainwashed us, all of us. Listen, me, I was well brainwashed, okay? And you're seeing how the conversations that we have been having on these Fridays have been helping you like clean out that brainwash, then I think that Jaiyé with Rashidat is perfect with you. It's where we take these topics a step further, and I take you through my process called the Rest Arise Blueprint. That's all about helping you detach your identity from work and recentering you in your life and decentering work so that you can fully enjoy your life, not just be ambitious. Because hustle culture, um, what's the other word I'm looking for? Capitalism, all of those things have told us that we have to be ambitious. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but there we can overdo it, you know? So let's recalibrate. Let's actually create a life that we fully enjoy. And Jaya with Rashidat is all about helping you do that. So if you are interested, you could send me a DM over on Instagram, or you can check out the the landing page for it. I am rashidato.com/Jaya. Okay. I would love to have you. Love to have you. Okay, Megan said fish tacos does sound good. I'm going to put that on my list for one of my meals for next week's meal kit. I love it. I love it. You know what I almost had with the Ethiopian from Vesta? I had tilapia, y'all. It's not a fish taco, but you know you pick up the meat with the injera. Ooh, y'all, it was bomb. I love me some Desta. It was every bit of it was so good. I got one more serving for tomorrow, so I'll be having it tomorrow too. But yes, yes, yummy indeed. I agree, Keena. Yummy indeed. All right, y'all. I always enjoy you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come wind down with me today. I hope that you are feeling so rested and so ready to enjoy your weekend. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. I hope that you laugh hard. I hope that you eat good food. I hope that you take a nap. I hope that you um, do creative things, spiritual things. I hope that you find social things, all of the things, all of the different types of rest. I hope that you get every single bit of it, not just over your days off, but even throughout the week, so that by the time you get to next Friday, you're not working from being depleted. You're not trying to fill your cup from being depleted. You're just adding in, you're just you're getting even more so that you have an overflow. So I'll stop ranting about that. I love you guys. Let me play our outro. See you next week. This week felt really good. Bye, y'all.